rock aficionados, rock fans, just or rock people, whatever you want to call yourselves, welcome to the halls of musical people and journeys and our new rock album review show. I'm Nige, Simon and Will and Trish are with me today. Dom and Pete couldn't make it, though they have voted and listened. We rate our albums out of 5 for our listening pleasure, for no other reason than that. And see if they get into our Hall of Fame, and maybe even, because it's coming up to our Album of the Year, will they get shortlisted for Album of the Year. Today's offering is Fit for a King, and we are all kings and queens here, so will it be fit for us? And their offering today is A Lonely God. Now, let's start with the goddess of the team, because I can't pick a god, so I can only pick one, and that's a goddess, and that is Trish. Trish, Fit for a King, metalcore aficionado that you now are.
Don't call me an aficionado, because I am not, compared to my comadres here.
Well, I just did.
But
tough.
I know, and I thank you for that, but the accolade is too high. On listening, I could hear hints of Bad Omens, stroke Landmark influences on this metalcore album, which, as we all know, is a genre I've come to love in a big way. This is full of heavy riffs, pounding drums, growl, all mixed in to make a powerful, aggressive at times, hit you in the face album. I like the tracks Shelter and Between Us on because they sort of break up the harshness with their emotional lyrics and melodic tunes on this album. Strong metalcore listen, which fans of this genre will love. Good solid job.
Talking about a good solid job, Simon.
Sure. But yeah, this is one of the albums I recommended we listen to for this month.
You were, you were very on the ball with that.
Yeah, I absolutely, I love Fit for a King, the 2016 album Deathgrip. I mean, that's genuinely one of my all-time favorite ever albums. Deathgrip and Pissed Off and stuff, such good tracks. And then Price of Agony, When Everything Means Nothing, A Bitter End, Reaper, Keeping Secrets. My personal liked list of songs is just flooded with Fit for a King tracks, which is why this album is a bit of a shame. I liked it. I enjoyed it. The opening track, Begin the Sacrifice, really cracking start, absolutely fantastic. But I felt like the entire album overall, they're trying to go for this theme of the temple and the lonely god and stuff, which is cool. It's good that they're trying to do something a bit more themed. But it also just sort of, I don't know, it was a lot heavier than... it's a tiny bit heavier than what they usually do. Definitely heavier than where they were in 2016. And I think every successive album after that, they've got that little bit heavier. I don't know if the band lineups changed and stuff. I tend not to follow those things, but the collab track "Witness the End" was fantastic. Because of course it would be. It's Chris Motionless. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's still Fit for a King. It's still their stuff. But I was hoping for something with a little less. That's a tiny little bit less heavy and a bit more clean vocals and a bit more heart like they used to do. But that's just me being an old-time fan.
William, Fit for a King, somebody you'd heard before, listened to?
Oh, yes. It's me, the voice of young modern metalcore. And I like that it's getting angrier and angrier. Oh, man, it's absolutely spectacular from start to finish. Possibly, I'll say my second most listened to album of this month. So I just kept coming back and back to it again and again. Tracks like Lonely God, opening track, which has a name that Simon said earlier, and then
Begin the Sacrifice.
That's the one, and Witness the End with Chris Motionless. Oh man, it's what a fantastic song! What an incredible collab to have on an album as well. This is just on and on. Great track after great track, incredible listening experiences. I had so much fun with this, and I've been listening to it addicted a long. It's good. Makes me very happy. I like when.
We lost you a little bit there. Got the gist of it though. So you went a little bit. We lost your vocals there for a second.
Oh no.
Well, let's think of something positive to say. Between Us got onto my cool song list because Between Us was totally clean vocals. There wasn't a hint of growl, a hint of screamo. It was brilliant, and that then leads me to say how frustrating I get with albums such as this because if only they did that, I would like it even more. There wasn't just about enough clean lyrics for me to kind of get through the album, but obviously overall not really my cup of tea. Too much metalcore, too much screaming, too much the unintelligible lyrics, which I couldn't understand what the hell they were saying unless I read them. Yeah, it was alright. I've heard worse metalcore, and one of their songs hit my cool playlist. So some positive things there as well. Right, well, let's find out. Will it get into our Hall of Fame? Will it get into our shortlist for automatic spot for Album of the Year? Shall we? Well, we'll start with mine, which was a paltry 2.5, which for a metalcore album is not bad. It's
pretty good from you.
It's not bad, is it? Not
That's
bad.
The best praise you can give one.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Pete and Dom both loved this album. They both give it a 4.5, which is pretty solid. Trish, what did you give it?
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay then. William, what did you give it?
A 5.
A 5? Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So to get an automatic slot into our Album of the Year, to get an automatic pick, Simon will have to give it a 4.5 or above, and it will get an automatic slot into our I just got to get into our Hall of Fame, obviously. So Simon, bearing in mind that you put this album forward, bearing in mind that you absolutely love this, Fit for a King, what did you give this album, Simon?
Well, lucky for all of you, I gave it a 4.
Oh, right. Well, who knows? Maybe it'll get a wild pick card. It gets an amazing 4 point. Actually, I got that wrong. My apologies. It actually got 4.5, which is pretty good. Did it not? Oh, my apologies. I got that wrong. Got a 4.3. So it didn't quite. It wouldn't have made it anyway. Oh, it would have made it if you give it a 5. There we go. So
we got there.
It got there. 57th album of all time. So in our top 100 albums of all time, which is pretty outstanding. And 22nd out of 124. So qualifies for a wild card. Who knows? Let's find out. We'll wait and see. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave your comments and hit the subscribe button, like button, whatever. You know you want to. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to my panel today, to Simon, Trish and Will. Goodbye and keep on rocking, everybody.
Bye.